Yo, we back again with Silk and the guys. And today, we're featuring Miss Lyssa Laird, comedienne extraordinaire. But right now, we're going to get into this segment that I call Black Enterprise. And on the agenda today, let me move this over and get everything moving. We're going to give shout outs to our sponsors. Moore's Beer, the official beer of the Silk and the Guys podcast and variety show. Drink responsibly.
Yes, sir.
The first black brand forward beer in Chicago. Support it where you see it. Go get it. And most importantly, drink responsibly. Of course, I wouldn't be nothing if I didn't promote myself and my brand, Silk Brands Clothing. Come get it. Me and Roscoe Brand. Bump Life.
Yes, sir.
Come get it.
Come get that.
Come get that. I got what you need. I always feel like I'm the best, and I give out 100% quality. Word. And our next sponsor is Mighty Organics, where you can get that sea moss. If you know anything about that sea moss, it's an elixir for pretty much everything, especially in the climate we in. You want to stay as healthy as you can be. Sea moss got 92 minerals and herbs that your body needs out of 102 that your body has. So better than a multivitamin. Go over to Facebook to Mighty Organics. Place your orders. Get your life right. So here on the Silk and the Guys show, we're going to start the show. And we're going to start it off with our friend and family. Introducing everybody, my guys. Let me get my other guy in here because I see him. Starting off, I got Roscoe.
What's
one
up,
half
baby?
of the Warheads podcast show. I have my brother Knuckles in the house. And I also have my cousin Squeaky in the house. And make sure after the show, go check out his Sunday Fun Day on TikTok. We keep it going, and that's what we do. So, today on our Black Entrepreneur Spotlight, we have my friend, Miss Comedienne Lyssa Laird. How you doing, Mom?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm totally blessed you came on my show to hang out with me and the guys. You one of the guys.
You and the guys.
Telling them the girls are the
right?
guys.
Hey,
I'm
hi,
like,
Lyssa.
this like we in the basement. Hey, y'all.
Hey, Lyssa.
Yeah, we definitely in the basement, Joe.
We're
the way I
definitely
like
turning
it.
into
Ready.
Rap City.
Right. I'm finna bust some bars.
Fix everything. That's what you gonna do?
Don't entice
To the
Silk.
hot 16.
Don't entice Silk. He gets turned on by that type of talk.
All the time.
It would be the worst.
I broke down a whole nother 16 the other day. First off, before I started, how was everybody's sweetest day? You first, Miss Laird?
Everything was good. Hey, Joe.
How was your sweetest day?
Hey, Joe, we got to send a congratulations, man, to the Chicago Sky, man. They just won the WNBA championship today, Joe.
Yes, they did.
Oh, really? Well, congratulations, Scott.
Whoop. Come on for the ladies.
Can't say that much for them Bears.
We got two, Joe.
But for the ladies, speaking of the ladies, again, how was that sweetest day?
My sweetest day was the shit. Like, can I say shit?
You did already?
You can say whatever.
Okay, because I gotta say it twice. But yeah, my sweetest day was.
We adults around here.
Okay, my sweetest day was bomb as fuck. I made money, you know, I was at work all day. Then I fed myself, you know. That was it.
No special sweetie? Sounded like.
No, y'all be trash. I ain't got time.
Whoa.
She just lumped us all in like, fuck it.
Yeah, it's a group effort.
Ain't nobody shit.
It's a group effort. I feel like y'all all go to the same nigga to teach y'all how to not be shit. Yeah. It's like a class. It's like a class y'all taking. All y'all got these little hidden certificates.
Damn, all the same nigga, the same nigga teaching all us.
The same nigga. He is like the supreme. Once you defeat all y'all got to get with this nigga.
I didn't know we was a monolith. We was talking about the same nigga,
bro.
Y'all. It's like
I ain't trying to hear that shit, bro. I ain't trying to hear that, man.
It's like y'all. It's like y'all went to ancient university and y'all pledged.
Oh man, that's funny.
Well. Since we gotta go get to the boss nigga, let's find out a little bit more about our guest. A little bit about you. I noticed you've been featured on Comedy Central, right? Mm-hmm. You've been a staple at the Laugh Factory. You've been featured on Laugh Mob. You know, you're a very funny individual. Tell everybody something about Miss Lyssa.
Something about me, like what? I got OnlyFans. What else did you want to know? Wait.
Okay. Let's start there first of all.
Hey, let's not act like she didn't just say that. Come on, rewind.
Wait.
I'm an entrepreneur. What are you talking about?
She out there selling them COVID cookies.
Yeah.
COVID cookies. Get these COVID treats. I'll be out here on the OnlyFans like, yay. Okay.
When did you start comedy?
9 years ago this November.
Oh, right. All right. Happy anniversary coming up. How was it? What got you started?
Okay.
It was the weirdest situation in the world. I used to manage a beauty supply in the hood, and this lady comes in all the time, and she's like, "Oh my God, girl, you are hilarious. You be having me cracking up in here because women are rude as fuck, and I always have something to say." So she was like, "My friend is on a comedy show, and I feel like you would be perfect on it." And I was like, I don't do that. So I was like, no, thank you. So then my coworker gave her my number, and the dude who was doing the show called my phone. I was laying next to my daughter's father, like, "Hey, this big papa with this deep ass voice." I'm like, laying next to my baby daddy, like, "What do you mean, Big Papa? Who the fuck is this?" So now I'm scared. I'm like, we finna get into it because this nigga named Big Papa calling my phone. So he like, "I got this show at Angels, and I think it's like Dalton, and it pays $75. I was like, "Well, I'll be there. Bells and whistles, baby." I did it. It was bomb. Right. I had fun. And then, I've been hitting the ground running ever since.
So that's when the bug bit you, like, the pursuit of it. Okay.
Yeah, so, I had always been performing since I was a kid. So, but this was something different.
Okay. Yeah. You started off acting, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering, I seen you had some IMDb's going on. I'm like, whoa, look at this. I like that. You're wearing many hats out here.
I be trying.
What was your most memorable show?
My most memorable show would have to be my very first big show. It was with Tony Schofield, Hot Sauce, and Leon Rogers. And I grew up listening to, Leon and Tony on the radio. So to actually meet them in person and hold my own, and it was like my third year comedy, I was like, oh, I'm going to be the shit because this is something else. And they were so nice. They were so sweet. And they had really great words of encouragement. So I think that was one of my biggest accomplishments because I was so nervous. I just knew I was going to do terrible, but I did.
Okay. I see you on the road a lot. Do you run into any issues on the road that almost dampen your dreams? And how do you push through that?
I wouldn't say I run into anything that dampen my dreams. It's just that when you're on the road, it get lonely sometimes because you miss your family and stuff like that because you be gone so much. But once you get used to it, it's not really a thing.
Okay. Getting used to being lonely or just missing family?
Just being away from everybody, like everything your everyday lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? Being with strangers all the time.
Okay. Well, I see you got some shows coming up. You want to let everybody know what's popping for
I
you for the next month?
do. October 24th, I am at the Tinley Park Convention Center with a slew of other chicks, and we all are
Hmm.
competing for like 25 grand. Um, and
Oh,
it's a huge competition because I'm like it's some heavy hitters, Lady Lunchbill, Corey Bell. It's a bunch of us on this show. Mo Good, it's gonna get crazy. So I'm like, they got veteran comics, newer comics. It's nuts. So it's definitely something that people want to come to and see. And that's at 5 at the Tinley Park Convention Center, October 24th. And then next month, I produce my own lingerie comedy show. So November 12th is when that show is. And like, we tell jokes with lingerie. I do a strip tease. It's going to be crazy.
It
oh.
sounds real
Okay,
interesting.
you also.
That raised my rabbit ears.
Yeah,
I
we have
figured you was
a
gonna
really
say
good
something,
time. We
Scope.
have a really good time.
That's what's up.
Okay, yeah. It don't seem too couple friendly. You know, there's a lot of dudes
It's
that's just
very
gonna be
couple
getting
friendly.
slapped that night. It seemed like.
No, couples have a ball at this show. They be in there having a good time. I always get couples that come because I was doing them before the
Okay,
pandemic, and couples like have a ball.
okay. So, other than these shows, are you in a position to start hosting your own night somewhere in the city, or
Yes, I am
other
looking
than the
for.
lingerie, or is you just focusing on that?
I right now I'm focusing on that monthly show, but I am in talks with doing like a weekly show somewhere soon. I'm just trying to find the
Mm-hmm.
right place and the right, say demographic for me and my fan base or whatever. And I'm currently trying to
Mm-hmm.
shoot a little mini series that's gonna go on YouTube.
Okay, I'm real big on manifestations. So when we gonna see that Netflix special?
Man, I'm really working hard. I'm about to switch some shit up. So
We gonna
hopefully
talk it
within the
to an
next 12
existence.
months. Yes, within the next
Let's
12
talk it
months, y'all
into
literally be like,
existence. You know,
bitches on Netflix, let's go.
right? Don't be acting like you don't know nobody now. You know how we
That
get.
ain't even my thing. That ain't even my thing. We out here. We got room keys.
Okay, I hear you. Hey, next on that little comedy showcase, I know you're gonna be focused on a lot of stuff, but if you get a chance, come jump on the show and give because we got a show that day too. So jump on the show and give us a little 2-3 minute backstage pass or something. You know what I mean? We
I
appreciate
got
it
you.
if it's
Say
possible.
less. I got y'all. I
Man,
definitely will do it.
man.
Gotta be
All
dope.
right, see, closed mouths don't get fed. Closed
Yeah.
mouths
Absolutely
don't get fed.
not. No, but
Look,
I got y'all. Send
if
me a
you
reminder.
Hey,
okay,
you
if
got a
you
TikTok
wasn't on the
page?
road right now,
I do have TikTok.
mm-hmm,
Okay. What's your
give it to us.
what's your name on TikTok?
So my name on all social media, all across the board is it's all one word. It's I am LYSSALAIRD.
Hold up. You said too
And
much
Mm-hmm.
so
And
stuff.
I'm
I
gonna
like
gotta
put it
write
in.
that down.
I'm gonna
That was
put it
too
in.
much at one time. Hold
I'm
up.
gonna put it in the
Hold up.
descriptions. I'm gonna put it in the description.
Put it in there, Joe.
okay.
I'm
Put
gonna
it in there
definitely
because
put it in the description for everybody
like right after I
that's
get off of
curious.
here, I got to do a live on TikTok too. Like that's a nice platform because you reach a lot of people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I do a lot of
Mm-hmm.
TikTok and I do a lot of Instagram and all of that. I'm actually gonna drop some new
Okay.
stuff tonight because every weekend I've done like a costume for October, so I gotta drop one today.
You said
Right.
costume?
They just dropped the Flintstone.
Yes,
Yeah, they just dropped the
yeah,
Flintstones, and she was Betty
Oh wow.
Rubble.
yeah.
And you can see that
So
on
this week
TikTok.
I'm dropping two. Yes.
Okay. Because I'm going to see that on TikTok.
I'm I'm suspecting the TikTok and the Instagram and I guess the OnlyFans for a
Yes.
couple of these guys is gonna get taken. I see.
Yeah. I'm gonna do some. I got some cosplay stuff coming up for OnlyFans because I'm restarting that, rebooting that. It's about to get crazy.
Okay. All right, when you gonna start putting your I don't know if comedians really want to put like show material out there because then it get oversaturated and then you probably have to find new material for the road. But have you ever thought about putting some of your old material on TikTok and snippets and stuff, building a fan base that way also?
I do. Yeah, I do. I post up like snippets of comedy on my Instagram, on my TikTok, all that. So I'm always somewhere. I'm always gonna be in your
Okay.
face.
Okay. Have you ever ran into any other comedians pilfering your material? Did you ever
Yes.
have you ever had a precious situation?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Did you approach
People are
them or did you
weird.
just shrug it off?
Um, I have told people like, hey, you know what I'm saying, that's my joke. Or I've had situations where people have said, yo, that's so and so's joke. But the one joke that I'm having an issue with right now is more so it's really general because I use it as an opener, like when I'm in a lot of places where the crowd just seem like they sleep, I use it to wake people up. And the song that I use,
Mm-hmm.
the Juvenile Back That Ass Up. So a lot of people use the intro. I have seen a lot of comics do a variation of the joke that I do. And I'm like, it's people from different states.
Mm-hmm.
So we just got that same thing in common because, I mean, when you think about a song and get all the chicks in the club riled up and ready to shake some ass, it's going to be that song.
It's
So I'm
gonna be
like, okay, cool. I'll let that
Right.
go. But I have had situations where people intentionally have done it. And I'm just like, but for what though? Like, if we're in the same city, they see me do this joke. I'm like, little mama, come on now. Like, you got to relax. Write your own shit. Do something else. It's okay.
Right. Yeah, I hear a lot of comedians complaining about the joke telling and stuff. I was just wondering if it was as rampant as people complain or are they
Oh,
just complaining? You know what
oh
I
yeah. I
mean?
see it all the time. I see it all the time. And it is something that needs to be addressed.
Okay.
Like, I feel like we should be able to address each other, especially older comics. We should be able to address a newer comic and it not be an issue because it's just like, y'all, a lot of newer comics don't understand. You go to your room that you created, your friend's room, but you don't branch out to the places that we be at. So you think what you wrote is the first time it's been heard and it hasn't. So,
So some of the newer comics, what they consider that paying homage to the
no,
comedian they're
no,
taking it from, but it's not taken like that if you're
no.
still on the road, right?
Not all. Nope, not at all.
Okay.
Not even. If I'm doing that joke
Okay.
and you've seen
Okay.
it, like I can even understand if you've seen the joke once or twice, and then you know how sometimes somebody will say something to you and you'll say it again, like, damn, where I hear that from? Because you can't quite recall. So you're
Right.
like, oh man, and then you think you're gonna add your own spin on it, but then it comes out to be somebody else's joke. And it's like, oh man, remember when we was at so and so room 2 years ago, I did that joke, that's where you heard it. And instead of them being like, damn, you know what, my bad, I wrote that. It's like, no, you
Oh,
didn't, but
they
it's okay.
double down, huh? They
Yeah.
got the
Oh,
nerve to
yeah.
double
They be
down
ready.
on it.
They
Ain't
ready to
that
go
something?
blows. Yeah. Malleable
Well, I tell you
perspective.
what, I hope and pray that you stay creative and funny and keep doing what you're doing out here in these streets and hitting the
Oh,
world and making
absolutely.
them laugh because comedy is starting to the backlash that we're experiencing with comics is kind of
Mhm.
crazy because at one particular time comedy was like an untouched ground. It was like comics can say everything that really couldn't be said in the world, and
Right.
now it's also being censored. Does that give you any pause about material you come up with or subjects and or demographics that you speak about?
No, comedy
Is
is
that a fear of
suggestive.
yours now?
So not at all. Comedy is suggestive and it's open for interpretation. So instead of people getting so sensitive, just hear me out. And if you don't like what I say, don't listen to me. It's that simple. We don't have to have a problem. I'm
Mm,
just not your brand of funny. Okay, move on.
okay. See, yeah, that's an objective mind, but we have groups of people who I guess are not as objective with their
Mhm.
feelings, and this
Again, it's
cancel
like,
culture is
man, it's
crazy.
crazy. But I feel like we can even take it to religion. If you're a Muslim and I'm Baptist, I'm not gonna sit up here and bash your God and your beliefs because I just don't believe in it. I'm gonna be like, I mean, that's your thing. That's all
Right,
right. Not my thing. That's it. Whatever I say is
right.
not law. It's not bond. It's just what I'm saying. So if you don't like what I'm saying, don't listen to me. Simple. I'm not hurting you.
Or right, like one of my favorite comics, Tyler always says, "It's just comedy.
It's
It's
just
just comedy.
comedy. These just jokes.
These just joke. Let it be jokes, man. Listen, keep your
Yeah, that's
race,
it.
creed, identity, whatever you want. Keep that out of your interpretation of what that comedian is speaking about, because it's pretty clear that what they said was funny. You know, you decided not to laugh, that's your problem, you know. But for anyone out here to try and stop comedy is it's a shame, because the world without comedy is a dangerous world. You know, if we can't laugh at the pain, we can. Yes, everybody needs to laugh. We can't laugh at the pain. You can't laugh with the joy. There's gonna be a lot of psychopaths out here in the world with pent up aggression. So, Miss Lyssa, do you want to tell them one more time what we're doing for the month before we allow you to partake in your
if you want to see my
extracurricular activities? Go ahead.
Yes, if you want to follow me, if you want to look me up, I'm on everything as I am Lyssa Laird, and I know they're gonna drop it in a little box or whatever, so y'all can see it.
Yeah,
I have my LinkedIn. I mean, I have my link tree on my Instagram, so it'll just directly to anything you want to see. My Facebook, my catering page, all that, because I'm a businessman. So yeah,
what all business you got? Run it back to us again. What you do? You do
so
comedy,
I am a stand-up comedian who caters. I'm a stand-up comedian who caters and who also does OnlyFans. Yeah. Oh, and I drive trucks.
That's a triple threat, y'all.
That's a hell of a combination right there.
I need to ask a question.
Go ahead.
What you can is you gonna make them off a laugh, okay? Then you gonna cook a motherfucking meal,
right?
And then you are gonna show hell of a combination right there. That's a hell of a combination.
That's what it is. Anybody got any questions? Go ahead. Scott, what you got for it?
No, that is Squeak actually asked my original question. You know what I mean? Like he covered the bases with that one, because I'm like, man, that's a hell of a triple threat. You know, to be
that's
just
my resume.
You know, you a regular Sammy Davis Jr. over here, but just doing everything. But I guess the question I want to ask is just kind of a lighthearted question. I guess is do you run into a lot of hecklers in your sets, in your particular sets?
I used to, when I used to do like little hole in the wall clubs. I mean, I still do them, but I found that if they drunk, yes. If you're not funny, absolutely. And then sometimes they just be like, well, let me see if I can be part of the show. Because what I get now is because my comedy is so conversational. People feel like, oh shit, I can talk with her. And I'm like, no, this is a single thing. It's not a duet. We're not doing that. This is a solo situation. That's not what we're about to do. I only had one recently where I was at Laugh Factory, and this white guy is like, oh yes, girl, fuck yeah, bitch. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Then he got to talking to me, and I'm like, no, we're not doing that. And then he just kept blurting out shit, so I had to keep addressing him. So finally, the guy who like runs the floor in the club is like, hey, buddy, can you like simmer down? I'm like, bitch, no, take him out. So then this motherfucker, once he leaves, he starts playing music like it's DJing for me. And the whole club is like, what the fuck, bro? So I had to treat him, and then I had to absolutely get him ejected from the club. I'm like, ugh. But everybody was kind of, I felt bad because I had a 15-minute set, and 10 minutes of, roughly 5 to 8 of it was me addressing his dude. So like they got jokes in it, but I also still had to kind of address buddy ass. So I hate doing that because I feel like it takes away from their experience.
Right. I mean, bright side of that is you got to save some of those jokes you didn't get to tell for later. So.
Oh yeah. And I mean, I got to kind of say, I got to bash a white guy without being racist, so that was great.
That's always fun.
Nah.
Oh yeah, it was great. So much.
Two for us.
Yeah.
Any one of the guys got anything to say to this guest before we go? Would that be a no? I guess that'll be a no. Lyssa, it was my pleasure. Thank you for blessing me.
Thank you for
blessing us
having
for
me.
coming to the show. Man, the pleasure was all mine.
Y'all were
Please don't be
awesome.
a stranger to the show.
Lisa,
I
come watch
You're
won't.
one
and
of the
go and watch
guys
my show
now.
too. I got a shit.
Okay.
You should come on
Hey,
my
don't.
show one day.
Yeah,
Hey,
just
look.
Yeah,
invite
the,
me.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, real,
The
hey,
Warheads on YouTube. Everybody
Okay.
Absolutely.
come check me out. Support that.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna definitely come
Check
check
it.
it out.
hey, look,
Check my brother out.
That's
I'm gonna slide on you on
And
I'm slide. Hey, look,
then check the
yeah.
hey, real,
other check the cuz out on his TikTok at the real Squeaky. Squelch, is it Squeaky
Okay.
the Entertainer?
yeah. Tonight I'm gonna be
Check
on
him out on the
Squeaky the Entertainer tonight.
Okay. Yeah, just shoot me an inbox, so I can look up everybody. And I definitely will make sure I follow and everything, guys.
Word.
All right, for sure. I'll follow
appreciate
you
it.
back, man. We
Appreciate
got to
you
support
coming
each
through.
other. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
Yes, we
indeed.
do. Make sure
Yes.
y'all come out to my November show because it's gonna be lit and it's definitely gonna be an experience. And I cater that event too.
Okay.
Okay.
Absolutely. We're gonna definitely do something. Once again, thank you again. Don't be a stranger.
I
You
won't.
can come through and hang with us anytime. You free. We
Okay.
love to have that female perspective, and you
Yes, I
funny,
got you.
so that's a plus. Everybody, this is Mrs. Lyssa Laird, female comic from Chicago, doing big things. You seeing
Yes.
her on cable. You can see her
So
in
tell
person.
her to spell her last name out because you know some of us be having problems with
LAL.
spelling.
It's I am everything across the board is LYSSALAIRD.
There you go.
I am Lyssa Laird.
You know, folks
Yes,
don't be
ma'am.
knowing how to spell out here, so.
This is terrible.
So
They be like, I think she said Lyssa
so
Laird.
Lisa Laird.
man,
Is
Right.
that your name?
yeah, you can mess it up. Now it's able to be messed up. Now you already know.
Yes. Please believe.
And on that note, this is our Black Entrepreneur Spotlight segment of the show with Mrs. Lyssa Laird. We
All right,
appreciate her
y'all.
coming through, spending some time with the crew. She's one of the guys now. Don't be
Hey,
ashamed
I need a
to
shirt.
come through. Don't be scared to act.
All right.
Girl, we've been
I'll
doing
talk to
business.
y'all.
Cool out.
Right. I need me
Cool
a
out.
shirt saying I'm one
I
of the
got
guys. All right.
Man, I got you.
All right,
We've been
y'all.
doing business. Got you. All right, appreciate you. Have a nice one, Lyssa. Enjoy
Bye.
your
You
day,
too.
baby. All right.
All right,
Welcome back. Now we can start the show. Hold on, did I just drop somebody? Somebody just dropped.
You just dropped my stuff.
Skoski.
There we go.
What happened? Okay, you back. We back. We gonna start this show, fellas. That was a great segment. Funny comedian. I know how my guy's gonna. So we're gonna run it back. Let me hold on. I didn't pop Roscoe back in and threw everything off on my end.
Wait a minute.
So let me get this up and running, people.
Get things
Put that there. Yes, sir. We're going to get this show started. Got a couple topics we want to talk about today. Just throw some around to the fellas. Okay, this one. Can't get that. What I'm seeing right now. There we go. This is what I'm seeing. That ain't what I want. This is what I want.
Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to Silk and the Guys, by the way.
Appreciate it. Because we definitely need the help, man. People don't understand how important a like, a comment, and a subscribe is. You know, they think that, you know, they can just overlook it and you're going to make it regardless. And that's not necessarily how it goes.
I could tell them. I could tell
we
them
all
exactly,
need those likes.
I can tell them exactly what it means to like a lot of the content creators, you know, because it's a lot of work. It takes work to do this stuff. So
Man,
so for a lot of the content creators, I think it's just a um more than a thank you, but just some it's definitely a validation that's saying that at least somebody's paying attention to all this effort that I'm putting into this shit.
right,
You know,
right,
so that's
right.
the least that you want from this, is that you want to feel like somebody's paying attention.
Yeah, and they really don't. I don't think people really understand how disheartening it is to put your effort and all of your talent into something and have it not be recognized. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
like you said, we spend a lot of time getting these shows together, um, getting people to interview, subjects to talk about,
yeah,
either getting 4, 5 guys in the room at the same time
yeah.
with everybody have busy lives and things like that,
It's a
just to come
process.
entertain you. You know, this is a
Mhm.
process to give you entertainment and information, you know. So the least we ask is, you know, it don't cost a dime. It don't cost a dime, you know, just to hit that like button. It don't cost a
It don't cost a
dime
dime,
to hit
and it
that
don't cost no
subscribe.
time hardly.
People might value their minutes, you know. So
No, it don't take a
I'm
minute
not gonna
to
be.
hit a button.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate and say somebody might have to make a YouTube page that never had one. They got to take 5 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes out they busy day just to give you that support. So I understand, you know, I understand what excuses could be made for not supporting. But the whole
That's
thing is this, man.
all right.
Everything starts everything starts off slow, you know, but
Hey, but look though.
with you guys' help, we can get bigger.
Hey, but look, cuz let me say this real quick, bro. Let me say this real quick.
Say
Like
that.
one thing I learned about fucking with this social media thing, man, is at the end of the day, if a motherfucker want to rock with you, they gonna rock with you. If they don't, they not. So like my motto is rock with me, or you can roll the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I don't even stress
True.
motherfucker that ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? All I'm worried about is, goddamn it, making it to the top. You know what I'm saying? And not getting involved in that petty shit, because sometimes it can come out petty. So I don't even stress that shit.
Oh yeah.
A motherfucker want to fuck with me, they gonna fuck with me.
Oh
If
yeah.
they don't, then they can move around. Shit, this is as simple as that. I see you. You know what I'm saying? I know what God got planned for me. So when it come to me, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Hey, ain't no room in this car. It's a 2-seater.
On everything. It might be a one seater. It might be a motorcycle. You know what I
You know what
mean?
I'm saying? Like, don't even
So
stress
you
that shit.
know, we no, ain't nobody stressed. I'm just sometimes you gotta let just put it out there. You know, like every little bit help, brother. Every little bit help. Every push in the right direction is still in the right direction, no matter how hard the push is. You know what I'm saying? And people watch anyway. Even if they don't like or subscribe, they gonna watch you anyway because they waiting for you to fail. But hey, this is gonna be the biggest failure you gonna ever see of success ever. So we not stopping. Silk and the guys gonna
Shit,
keep
I commend
popping,
all y'all, bro.
and we gonna do what we gotta do. What'd you say? That's what you say? No.
Yeah. I said I commend all y'all for standing out there like that, man. Jumping up there and want to do some shit on your own shit. That's what I'm talking about, boy. This is the time.
I
Why
appreciate it.
not? Fuck,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying?
You know,
Exactly. They say we in Mercury retrograde, man.
you know what it. You know what it is for me though, like, cause it's always been bigger than me when I think about any endeavor that I've tried to put myself in. Like, I really would love to be a part of, like, just a group of black men trying to come together and succeed at some task, and be a part of bucket tree and the stereotype that everybody puts out.
Right. Absolutely.
You
And
know,
everybody on this show, is either running their own shows or running their own TikToks and running their own platforms. So we all are embarking on the entrepreneurial level. And this is just a gathering of minds. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on here got something to say. Everybody got something important to put out to this world. And I'm gonna say it for first and foremost: support everybody on the show. That's all. Support all of the different shows. I'm gonna list everybody's shows in the. I'm gonna list everybody's shows in the description box so that we can all become familiar with each other. So the first thing I wanted to do was just free talk and just give out some information for the women out here that's been experiencing the difficulties of the COVID, shouldn't say vid, of the vid, and now they're pregnant and have babies coming and getting all of those baby shower gifts and everything like that. Ladies, did you know that Walmart exchanged unopened Pampers for different sizes? So when you get those gifts for the baby showers and all of that other stuff, and the Pampers is too big and too small, because it's a lot of y'all out here pregnant now, you can take them back to any Walmart or any department store that sells that brand, and they will exchange that package for one exactly like it in the size you need. All right, I just want to throw that out there for those mothers to be. Just some small info. Fellas, did y'all hear about Bow Wow complaining to Omarion about this little Millennium Tour? They only giving him 15 minutes to do his set. He said he got 45 minutes of heat. What y'all think?
Knuckles, you can go ahead.
Who gonna swing? Got the wiffle ball. Who's gonna swing?
I'm gonna put it out. I'm a fan of neither one of them. And it's just
the whole Millennium Tour.
In my book, who cares? I'm just gonna keep it.
Yeah.
He said he got 45.
You ain't out there.
I'm not to judge that man, but I ain't a fan of that cat. I have no comment for that cat.
Nah, no comment. Skull, you think Bow Wow got 45 minutes of heat that you'll sit through in the concert?
I'm not sitting through 5 seconds of Bow Wow, but I mean, I'm assuming he has that much material. I don't know if it's heat, but yeah, I don't know. But I think Omarion will be right, I guess, in giving him whatever he want to give him, because it's his tour, ain't it?
Yeah, I think the Millennium Tour was made by the B2K guys. Omarion and them ran that off. So, yeah, that is his tour. So, I honestly think Bow Wow got 45 minutes of heat. He got he got enough. He been doing his thing since he was 5. So, but is this a case of
who cares?
Delusions of grandeur, or or like Knuckles say, who cares?
You know what, to really be honest, I really think like just given the demographic that's gonna be at that fucking concert, anyways, they like, for that crowd, they 45 minutes of Bow Wow is probably what's up. Because if you listen,
did anybody catch the verses?
Huh?
Did you catch the verses
between those two?
No,
I ain't see the one with him and
Soldier Boy.
It was him and Soldier
Boy. I watched.
Yeah, I ain't see that shit.
No, it's pretty fire.
Bow Wow and Soldier.
So on some real shit,
was pretty fire.
I listen to a lot of the music, bro. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, listen to that shit, but it's like some of the shit it ain't like I can throw back and listen to, like Pop, Biggie, something like that. I can throw back and listen to that, but I can't throw back. I don't feel like, ooh, Superman, that. I don't feel like this.
Yeah.
I ain't in the mood for that. You know what I'm talking about?
No, because
that ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? That might be for other motherfuckers, but that ain't for me right now. So like that Bow Wow Omarion shit, that's cool, but like at the end of the day, Omarion nigga, like it's got to be the whole group. Mother, you only had like about five, 6 hits off your solo shit. You supposed to use the group. You know, don't nobody want to keep that shit. What's that shit they doing on TikTok? That Marion challenge shit.
What, touch?
You think you about to get back on because that shit hype right now. Get your ass up here, boy.
He did a goof ass dance move. He did a goof ass dance move. Everybody making fun of.
This nigga fell in love with your baby mama.
It wasn't one of those icebox moves, was it?
Yeah.
It was worse, bro. It was worse,
bro.
It was worse. It was some old Dr. Roboto, you know, the Robotnik type bullshit. It was retarded. Well, excuse me, it was special.
That's why I said, man, who cares? God damn it. Look, these
these are topics, man. Somebody out there in the world care about that. We got some Bow Wow and Omarion fans that want certain shit.
Listen,
speaking about more shit,
a lot of fans paid to be fans.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. You know, we got artists out here that we like that other people don't like. I'm pretty sure somebody's still bumping R. Kelly. I am. I separate the man from the music. The music didn't do it. The music didn't do it. The man
you can't stop fucking with Kels because of that music, man. Come on, man.
I can't, bro.
Boy, that mom put me on child support. He's the reason I'm on child support right now.
I swear, I was just about to say that.
Fuck out of here.
Man, Joe. Come on now.
They need to let that mom free so he can make a song. Shit, help me out.
Nah. They ain't got Don't let him free. Nigga, put a studio on the cell. Put a studio on the cell.
Yeah, that too. That'll work.
Just put a studio on the cell and make 75 of his proceeds go to a charitable. You know what I'm saying? A charitable foundation or something, man. Like because they don't want them to make no money. They don't want them to make no money. So if you at least take 75% of, put a studio in the sale, take 75% of the money for a charitable donation to some company foundation, and get that man 25% of his money so he can put it on his books, man. That's about it. And he can give us this great music while he's still in there. Because that to lock the man up is right, but the lock that brain away, to lock that creative gift away and throw that away forever is our loss as a people, for real.
Yeah, that's true. But I agree with Squeaky though. They need to let that nigga out, man. I mean, think about how many artists and not even just artists, politicians, famous people been doing what he's been doing.
Bro,
they needed to lock him up so they could set the precedents for the RICO Act. So they
but you know what?
You
could have locked up Woody Allen, bro. This motherfucker, he raised his fucking wife, man. The woman he married to right now, he raised her.
Yeah.
But why he ain't locked up, man? Come on, man.
Yeah. Right. Wait a minute. What Weinstein and who that?
So you know, in our community, bro. Growing up in our community, most of our grandfathers or great grandfathers married their wives when they was motherfucker probably wasn't even old enough to get married. You know what I'm saying? Some of them like 16, 18 years old. Joe back down there in the South.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. That's how that shit been in our communities for the longest, bro. And I can sit here and tell you, man,
that don't make it right.
Outside, huh?
I hear you. I said that don't make it right though, but continue. When
I ain't saying it don't make it right, bro. But I'm just keep it 100, bro. On some real shit, like that shit been in our communities, bro. I know motherfuckers, man. When we was younger, used to go up. We was in our 20s, man. Some of these motherfuckers going up to the schools. I ain't saying what school, but just go pick motherfuckers up. You know what I'm saying, for school. Like, come on, man. Yeah. Motherfuckers been doing this shit, man. Them parents deserve just as much as he get. Them parents, they sold their kids.
Absolutely.
If that money wouldn't have ran out, they wouldn't even tricked off.
Facts. But what about when we were young and girls our age said they didn't mess with guys their age? We was too immature. They only messed with older men. So I get what you're saying, Squeaky. Definitely get it. But you know, in these days, they can both promote it and condemn it. You know what I'm saying? So they can say, I want to be with an older man. I want to be with an older man. Be with an older man, and then punish that older man for being with them. It happens. This is the culture we live in.
I know it
the
happens.
best
That's
thing
the
is
fucked
do
up
is
part
just
about it, bro. Like I ain't never fuck with no younger motherfucker like that, bro. I'm gonna keep buck. I wasn't on that shit then, but I
like
done
young
seen a
girls.
lot of people, man, that was doing that shit, bro. And I'm not saying this right. I'm not saying this wrong, but it was a lot of people in the community, bro, that used to do that shit. I seen it with my own eyes, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So basically,
And for them parents,
Man, go ahead, Knuckles.
What'd you say, Nut?
Like I said, it's still active right now. I mean, it's still a slave shit, man. This shit goes all the way back to slavery. This is how they was breeding us back in the day. When the father was fucking with the daughters, they choice they had to breed kind of shit. You know, they're not gonna tell you this shit in Black History about what they really did to us. They're gonna give you the sugarcoat version. But then here it is, present day, and we still in slave mentality, still fucked up in the head, shit like that. We passing that same tradition on, not saying us, but as a people, that shit still haunts our people. This shit's still going on, and it's kind of
Me, man, and we've had these kind of discussions over on my show. Again, the Warheads with X at the end. But yeah, no, we've had these kind of discussions, man, and it's always the same thing. This is something not just in our community, but it's a world thing, and it's always been that. Older men have always chased after younger women, and in a lot of respects, the other way around. There's some situations that we haven't talked about already, where the young girl is the one that's the pursuer. So there's times when you got the older guy just minding his business, not even thinking about this chick, and here come this young girl out of nowhere, digging on him, and in some situations even lying about her age to get with dude. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's that when you think about it. But yeah, this is something that ain't old. I mean, this ain't new by no stretch of the imagination.
Okay, so in that scenario, what do you say to the distractors that says no matter what, that man should have knew better? There's no wiggle room around being lied to or being tricked for a man, because they always feel that a man should know better. What in that scenario, how does that play out?
Well, I mean, there's and generally speaking, that statement probably would be correct, because I mean, in most situations, it would be hard for a young girl to kind of come across older or appear mature enough for an older guy to even deal with her. But some young girls have that capability, and not even that, but there's some older dudes whose maturity hasn't risen to a certain aspect. You know what I mean? So if there's a kind of meeting at some point close enough, then a connection can happen. So
okay, so the question I pose now is, what do we say about the double standard? Because when it's a cougar going after a young cub, it's not met with such oppression and cancel, the cancel mentality. For example, Jada and August, that was her son's friend. So nobody's making an uproar about that. They turned that into a relationship. You know what I'm saying? They're not saying that they're not giving her the same energy that they're giving somebody like a R. Kelly or anybody else that deals with young people.
You want to answer to that real quick?
Go for it.
The honest answer, bro, is because it's a young man who is being taken advantage of. When they talk about cougars on Cubs, just keep it a buck, bro. Because when it comes to older man messing with a younger female, they look at him a different way. Even though this has been planted in systematic structure over years, hundreds of years. Even like you could take it back to slavery, bro. In slavery, them bucks, the ones, them hard workers, no matter how old they was, they had them fucking younger motherfuckers so that they could get pregnant because they wanted to keep that breed of man going. They want to make sure they keep a buck coming. So them was younger girls that they was doing it back then. All right. And you also notice that even in medieval times, when you had the kingdoms, the king, yeah, he was married to, but all them little young maids that was a part of the royal family, he was hitting them. So it's always been where older male than always fuck with a younger. You know what I'm saying? They made a lot. Let me be quiet. Y'all have a blessed day, bro. Y'all have a blessed day. I'm gonna be quiet right now.
You ain't gotta be quiet, man. This is the spot for that shit. You know what I mean? If there's no other avenue to say what you want to say when you want to say it, how you want to say it, this is that spot. Say what you want to say because you're absolutely right. But it's still propagated, dude, that it's cool for an older woman to deal with a younger man. They look at it like that because the women in general make it cool for them to do that. Ooh, girl, you got a young guy. You know, when an older man has a younger woman, he's a pervert. He's you don't even want to give the sugar daddy situation and things like that. You know, it's frowned upon and it's looked down on. But when you listen to women talk to themselves about their young guys, they're high-fiving and, oh, you getting your back blew out, woo, 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 this, that, and the other. Stella got a groove back, woo, 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 you know what I'm saying? But when it's a man, it's Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, all this, that, and another. Not to mention that the drugs that were allegedly being taken were the drugs of that time, because I can remember myself opening up comic books and you can buy Spanish Fly out the comic books, you know, on the advertisement page. They was giving that they was selling that shit by the gallon. You know what I'm saying? Back in those days. So the Quaaludes and the whatever they was taking at the time, that was the party favor. So to say that was used against you and you were somewhere that you chose to be at an hour, you chose to stay there, and you did something with a man that you didn't choose to do nothing with, and he was the only one there, don't sound too right. But you can't dismiss, you know, you're not supposed to attack the victim. But the thing is, who determines who's the victim in that situation? The manipulator or the manipulated?
So
that's a touchy subject.
This thing is just crazy to me because you got women in this world. They talk about wanting equality and all that. If they truly wanted equality, they will want the accountability that comes with that, you know. And so when you talk about, you know, the Cougars situation, and there a lot of these women, like y'all said, men would be looked at as perverts in this situation. Women should be looked at as the same thing, you know, should be ostracized just like we are if we was to do the same thing. You know, you get a lot of chicks who are actually looking at and prepping dudes as young as toddler age. You know, we've all heard these chicks come to our sons, you know, or us as kids, you know, and say, "Oh, I can't wait till you turn 18," you know, and all this other mess.
For real.
You know, so imagine if we was to say something like that to somebody's daughter.
Exactly. You know, it'd be a murder scene. It'll be a murder scene. Bro.
Imagine saying that same thing.
But wait a minute now.
You said something like that. What up? Go for it.
back in the day, I agree, Rodney. It would have been Roscoe. It would have been a murder scene. But today's people right now just technically just don't give a fuck. You have conscious participants that's doing this shit. Young, old, conscious participants. And these people are getting together.
The rules ain't changed for the men though.
The young You say that again?
The rules ain't changed for the men though. The rules changed for women. The rules ain't changed for men. The men are still under the same strict guidelines of
always count
pervert, rapist,
manipulator
in that situation. You know what I'm saying? You talking about nowadays. Nowadays, all of these rules were rules women set up for themselves. Truth be told, women in general don't have no accountability. How many times have we seen a scenario of a woman on the dance floor dancing, shaking her ass, twerking, and another random woman walk up and just get the rubbing and slapping on her ass? Hey. She don't know that woman from nowhere in the world. They getting free feels and free rubs, and they don't know each other. You don't know if that woman is like girls, or you know what I'm saying, like her, but you know she rubbing all on your body. You at the club just partying. But if a man walk up and do the exact same thing, it'll be a murder scene. Somebody going to jail. So the accountability level across it's not the same. We're not playing the same game. You know what I'm saying? We're not playing the same game that they're playing.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. But it's still no one has accountability at this point. When I say that it's like today's woman invites the bad boy. You know, we've always been taught, you know, don't be that bad boy, be a gentleman. You know, this is what you've been taught. But it's like they want something more than a bad boy. They want somebody that's a killer. They want somebody that's out here robbing people. They want somebody that's doing stuff that ain't gonna count for nothing. And then when these guys are dead and gone, they go out and search for another. So it's like that same lady that's shaking her booty on the floor, it's a 90% chance she go both ways. Almost just about 80% of these women that's out here now go both ways. You know, they either over here, over there. And what's sad, the men doing the same shit. So it's kind of like we're in this big ass shit pot full of bullshit, because now instead of just being man and woman, it's man, woman. You know, we might flash back as man and woman. So in this case, there is no obligations. There is no self-respect. No line you wouldn't cross kind of shit these days. I mean, yeah, it was bad. He still at the short end of the stick. Yes, I agree with that, because that even shows that even in holidays, Sweetie's Day is really for them. Valentine's Day is really for them. Christmas is for them. Their birthday, New Year's. I mean, where is it where the man is actually being, it's a 50-50 thing.
Celebrated.
It should be something. Right, exactly. So if it's not being celebrated the same, that's just like if you went out with your wife and you went and got her some gym shoes that was over $200. Now, I'm not saying that she's supposed to do the same thing, but she's supposed to go out and get you something that you like. It's not like that today. You might spend money on this woman and you might get some booty tonight that you can already get. So how is that a present? It's a lot of shit that's going on these days. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, just say for Christmas, if you go out and spend money on her and she give you ass for Christmas, how is that a present if you in a relationship and y'all already been getting an ass? So how can you put that on the table? You know,
well, on that day she wrapped it up in a bow.
Right, but see, I'm gonna say this for the good women that's out here. Unfortunately, for the good women, they're outnumbered. For the ones who got family values, saying, "Yeah, I could be wild with my man," and that's the only nigga I'm being wild with. They outnumbered to compare to what's being promoted on social media. You know, social media is actually promoting that wild shit. They're promoting them to be whatever they want to be, and there's no consequences. So this is where we keep clashing heads with the man-woman thing because social media telling them, fuck that. You ain't got to deal with him. You can deal with her. You can be happy with her.
Right.
And that ain't how things supposed to roll.
Interesting point. Still goes back to it seems like the women were in charge in all of them situations that you just pointed out. So we're just wondering. Segue on since we're talking about women anyway. Everybody's first female hot girl rapper, Eve, has finally got pregnant by her billionaire boyfriend at 40. She's 45. Just thought everybody should know that. That was a tidbit of information. Is Eve still on everybody's radar?
I don't know. I never was a really big Eve person. She got like
not even in the Rough Rider days.
Not even then. Not even then. She had like 1, 2, 3 songs maybe. For me, you know. That's
Squeaky, Squeaky, you fucked with Eve, didn't you?
Huh?
You fucked with Eve, did you?
Eve, what you mean?
Did you listen to Eve?
Oh yeah, nigga, yeah.
That's what I thought. Like,
Squeaky, like, man, don't just be pitting bitches on VG. Don't be just pitting bitches on me.
Hey, look. Hey, I'm like, hold on. Like, damn, do I know about Eve somewhere else? Shit, I had to think about that shit for a second, bro. Like, damn, cuzzo.
I was talking about. No, I was saying everybody Eve pregnant, bro.
You gotta understand, I'm under the influence. I'm a little medicated right now.
Yeah, you know, boy, you know you safe with me, boy. I never do nothing like that. Hey, because ain't nothing to do, so we wouldn't have that to worry.
I'm a little medicated right now. So.
She been having fertility issues. She been trying to get a big chunk of that billionaire money for the longest. Now she finally did it. She got her little crumb snatcher coming to get half of that fortune.
Yeah, that's what's up.
She finna have a $500 million. Her husband worth a couple billion. She about to have a $500 million baby.
Yeah, she did that. You know, this was
we gonna salute that sister. I get to
you
her.
know,
we gonna salute that because they normally do it to black men all the time. She got a white billion.
Yeah, no, she got her one. She got her one.
Eve. Way to flip the game, Eve.
Now the trick is she gonna use this money to help us in some type of way, you know? But
not at all.
That's asking a lot, I think, nowadays. I don't know.
You know, that's a loaded. You know what, Scope? That is a really loaded topic right there. And let's go in it. Do we hold people, or should we hold our black celebrities? Should we hold them accountable for not investing anything back into the black neighborhoods, the black race as a people, or doing anything to collaborate with each other to build black schools, universities, hospitals, to do anything like that to elevate the black race? Should we hold the top earners accountable for not contributing to that?
Yeah. I say yes. I really say yes. And the reason for that is who's supporting them? How did they get what they got? You know, the fact that they got all this money and all this acclaim, all this respect, you know, is the reason for that is because of the fan. This was built off of the backs of the fans, you know. So they put in, you know, the individual may have put in a lot of work to, you know, to get to where they got to, but at the end of the day, you are kind of a slave to the consumer when it's all said and done. And so you have to give back to the consumer.
Okay. What you think, Knuckles?
I'm kind of torn between that.
Okay.
We already know as people that we already know who control what. And when you reach a certain denomination where you maybe in the millions, close to the big people of color, we know we got to answer to people when we get up there. So in order for us to stay up there, we need to mind our business. So I commend these cats that's got millions of dollars. I commend them getting up there. But considering that we live in a society where it ain't built for us to make it, not all of us. No, I wouldn't hold them as accountability because they got that kind of money at the snap of a finger by whoever it is that's over there. They could be broke. Mm-hmm. I vote for my people that to identify with any artist or any entertainer you like, recognize that's entertainment. Don't take this shit to the street. Don't listen to these rappers and shit like that and be shooting each other listening to these rappers. Or you listen to a love song that's got you listening all fucked up. Now your relationship fucked up because of this song. It's just entertainment. That's what I vote on. So I don't know. You know, I can't hold it responsible. I can't even do it like that.
Not at all. Like, I mean, there's no accountability for any forward movement with the black folks. I mean, if the haves have it and the have-nots don't, do the haves keep it so the have-nots won't?
Well, in this case, let's look at the have-nots. Think about what the have-nots and the reason why the have-nots don't have what they have. For example, the have-nots on a good day, if your family is in jeopardy, Christmas Day, somebody's going to go out there and do what it takes to make Christmas happen instead of doing the right thing and worry about the household. Somebody, the have-nots, be the main ones that owns iPhones, iTablets. They the ones that smoking the biggest weed. The have-nots. So think about what have-not. So we can't blame somebody who, let's say Bernie Mac, 15 years he rode the train telling comedy. So when nobody there saying, well, here you go, Bernie, you know, when you get big, man, remember us. He got cussed out, kicked off, arrested a couple of times. What nobody there for that, man? I mean, I commend anybody who's black, anybody who sit there and do it for X amount of years and make it. I commend them.
Right.
Now, they're reaching back, considering they're already reaching back. They're already reaching back. They're reaching back for their mama. They're reaching back for their sisters. They're reaching back for their cousins. They're reaching back for anybody else that supported them. And trust me, when he reached back, he's getting our houses, he's giving our cars, things like that. That's reaching back. Really what black people are supposed to do. You're supposed to pick up your family, and then whatever your family picks up, if they want to bring on outside stimuli, that's fine. But that's the way it's supposed to be. Each individual is supposed to pick up their family, not reach out to strangers. Hell, they say that in the Bible about going to strangers. So I'm just saying, do I hold them accountable? No, I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
it's an interesting point. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that I agree with Knuckles and what he's saying, mainly about the prioritizing or the lack thereof of prioritizing with a lot of our people. You know, yeah, we do put a lot of money into shit that we don't need as opposed to shit that we could definitely use, and that will stretch out longer. So Knuckles is right in that respect. But I will say also I do think that the responsibility still should be there, And if you let's just say you got somebody with a lot of money who's throwing a lot of money at a issue, you know, just to a charity or whatever the case is. Now, in that respect, yeah, when you toss out a wide net like that, you're gonna catch a lot of people who just in it to catch the reward and not really gain from it in a substantial way. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're gonna get that, but also you're gonna catch one or two that actually gonna thrive in a situation, you know, if you give them a chance. So when you do toss out the net, you won't catch a lot of, you know, a lot of barnacles and a lot of bullshit and all that, but you also gonna you gonna catch some good in that too, you know, and you're gonna help some good people do some good things, I believe, you know. So maybe that's just me being optimistic, but I do think that those people still should bear that responsibility. And it's kind of like I think about it like when you give out money to a homeless person, you know, some guy says, you know, I need money to eat or whatever. Now, when you give them the money, you know, you giving it out the goodness of your heart, and whatever he does with it or she does with it is what they do. But you know that you did the right thing.
Right. Should you, okay, in that same breath, should you have an issue personally with what they do with the money if you gave it away? Because I know a lot of people do that, like give the money, like give you the money and then you don't spend it on what they assumed you should have spent it on. Then now that's a problem, you know. You get a lot of people like that.
It's what I just said. Like once you give out of your heart, then you've done your part. You know what I mean? So if they take the blessing that you've given them and they choose to squander that, that's on them. You did your part.
So everybody take heed. When you call yourself blessing somebody else, don't dictate where the blessings go. Your part is already done. Your blessings are already on their way for your good deed. You squander your good deed by muddling the blessings with your emotions. You know, so if you're gonna do something for somebody, do it at the kindness of your heart. If they squander it, that's on them. They know they can't come back to you with the same problem again. You know what I'm saying? You come to me and tell me you need $100 for your rent. I give you $100 for your rent. You go blow it at the stove or blow it at the tree man or blow it on some chick. You can't come right back to me and say, man, I need $100 for my rent. I just gave it to you. You know what I'm saying? Now, am I mad that you didn't use it for what you used it for? I possibly could be. Only because you came and asked for it again. You know, but when you left my presence that first time, I didn't give not a damn where the money went. You know? Because my blessing was already taken care of when I blessed you. So whatever blessings you do for somebody else with that money and didn't take care of yourself, that's on you then, brother. You got somebody else to ask. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's true. You know, but then, you know, God blesses us with certain things that's only your blessing. Sometimes your blessings can turn into a curse by blessing that other person.
Oh,
sometimes it pays to
speak on it. Speak on it. Go deeper. Go deeper. What do you mean by that?
Well, and this is what I'm saying. Everybody, you know, gets blessed. God comes in all kind of forms and fashion when you need. When you need it. And if God, just say hypothetically, if God said, here's my son, here go, bam, whatever you need, and it's only for you. This blessing is only for you, regardless of what it is. If it's amount of gold, amount of money, amount of whatever you need, he gave it just for you. Now, he didn't have to say, don't give it to nobody else, because that's fucked up when you give to him. You should have common sense enough with that thing. So, what you do, you go out here and you think, this is what we fuck up. We think that the blessings that we got is for everybody. No. If you pray to God and they didn't pray to God, how is that a blessing? So whoever they pray for that moment they're down, and then you bless them with that, all you did is accelerate their problem. I'm just saying, I to my people, sometimes
that in itself might be a blessing too. I know, some people who believe in that pray for other people. So, you know what I mean? And when you pray for other people, you can believe it. You could take it as being blessings. You could take it as being karma. Some people don't believe in blessings. Some people believe in karma, which is the same thing if you really look at it. You give good karma out for the sake of giving good karma out. The karma you get back ain't necessarily the karma you gave out. Karma comes back in many different ways. So you can't per se say, if I get blessed, that's just like me. If say this podcast take off like it's gonna take off, and out some rich benefactor come and say, hey, yo, let me drop this on your lap. Me personally, on your lap. I like what you do. It would behoove me to be like, to take my blessing, my personal blessing, and say, man, yo, I need my guys to come. I'm taking my guys with me. They gotta come with me. Or, let me do something to benefit them for helping me gain the platform that I had to be recognized by you. So now I just bless all y'all with the same blessing I got. And if you squander it, then how am I to blame for you squandering the blessing? Or no, but you just said some blessings ain't meant to be given to other people. You supposed to bless regardless. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you're being blessed makes you a blessing to other people. You know what I'm saying? But I use karma. The fact that I get good karma, I give good karma to other people. You know what I'm saying? So, and in return, I get less bad karma back, because everybody gonna get bad karma. You're gonna get good blessings and bad blessings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
right. You know what I'm saying? That's true. Now, considering that situation, that's a different situation. We're gonna use the neighborhood crackhead / his name is Bobo on this thing. Bobo been around in the neighborhood 25 plus years, drinking and smoking and cracking and drinking and smoking and cracking and drinking and smoking and cracking. That's all he been doing. But he always got his hands up. Oh, brother, help me out today. Man, I need that. These are the cats that a majority are the ones that want to be pressed back for. Now, I can't speak for nobody else that's trying to do something positive. When you do things positive, you lead in the positive people. But I'm talking about the cats out here in the street. There's almost 75% of them out here begging on the street. And they come from old people with children. Now, if you got children out here begging, where your mama at? What your mama doing? So it really starts with the household. It starts with a lot of things, but giving your blessing to somebody on the street when you know it's a 99.9% of the chance he's going to go back crack or alcohol that put him in this situation, you're not helping it, you're hindering it. See, that's what I'm talking about. Now, anything as far as millions of dollars and you're reaching back to other people that know they're going to do something with the money, sometimes you get people that do stupid crap and squander. Yeah, you're right. That's on them. But that's a different blessing. I'm talking about that blessing where you poor as fuck and you just made it this far away from paying the bills. And then you go out here and you bless a motherfucker. And it could be a friend. Man, loan me $100 and you ain't got it. That's not a smart blessing.
Yeah. Now I can speak to that. Now I agree. I agree with Knuckles on that. Like 100%. Now that, but that is something different. That's knowing that this person is not gonna do nothing productive with this. Now that's a matter of whether you being smart or stupid, So,
right.
Yeah, you right. Now you don't want to be stupid in a situation and just give away to a known black hole, So
right.
Yeah, so yeah, and that's in that situation because if it's one thing now, I'm a very giving person. I've always been a very extremely giving person. But in the same instance, I have a very hard time giving to somebody who I know is not in. They either not in dire straits or they so far gone that ain't no helping them no way. You know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah, like in that situation, then yeah, I'm not gonna give. I don't give money to like grown men who are, I mean, able-bodied grown men who out here and they just begging for the sake of. No, I don't do that. You know,
Right.
or women in that situation, but you know, and I don't know, man. That's just a hard thing for me, you know. When I think about it, but yeah, no, I agree with numbers. Like I ain't giving away to nobody who I know ain't about shit.
Right. Right. So we just posed two totally different scenarios. One where you reach back and bless those that help bless you, and one where you make the choice, as we would call it, to be smart or stupid in squandering your money on a wasted situation. You know what I'm saying? And they both carry their both weights. You know, they both carry the. It really both carry the exact same weight. They pretty much, you know,
From an emotional
on the
level,
same
probably, yeah.
scale emotionally. Yeah. You know, so what I'll say in that situation is if you have the opportunity to be a blessing, but just don't let it affect you. You know what I mean? Don't let you blessing somebody else have you needing the blessing yourself. You know. We gonna do another segment before we close out. Skull, hopefully next week we get to hear you. You got something on SoundCloud or a track already loaded somewhere so they can listen to you?
No. I haven't even been thinking about like putting myself out there as an artist on that level. Like I pretty much transitioned away from, even thinking about music on that level. I do have some stuff that has been a lot of stuff actually that's recorded that's out there in the ether, as Joe B would say. But yeah, like I would have to access it some type of way, and I barely know how to get a lot of this stuff. So
Man,
you
we're
know,
gonna have to do something because I can honestly have you on the on the Black Entrepreneur segment too for the rap because, like I say, there's a lot of rappers out here, and I definitely say you are definitely one of my favorite MCs. You know what I'm saying? And the world really needs to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying?
word.
Definite. I say it like I said, man. I do like I think I got a little heat, and I definitely on record would say I definitely take some ghostwriting from you, dude. That's that's official as it come.
I
We gonna
appreciate
have to
that.
get something together and let the world hear you, Skull. I'm gonna start playing. I've dibbled and dabbled around myself, and as an artist, I got a couple songs out there with a few family members. Um, that I would love to expose to the world. And I think I'm gonna use my show to do it. And I know my guys rap, and I want to promote their stuff. Next week's show, especially, I'm gonna have a Memphis recording artist named Young JR. He's doing really big things. He was signed to a record deal a few years ago. Just got out and went independent. About to drop his first album on his independent Legit Licks Entertainment, the 31st, called I think it's Tales from the Dark Side. If I'm mistaken, I apologize, but just shouting him out. Next show next week will definitely be a rap show, rap theme. Um, Even though we gonna still talk shit like we talk, I'm gonna premiere some old stuff. All of this stuff is pretty, it's old, but it's new to you. So we gonna drop it like it just got done. You know, I'm gonna close the show out tonight with uh, a track called "Cuddy." It's me, my cousin Trey A, and my cousin Ace of Spade. We always make it a family thing when we do what we do. I'm definitely sure something from me and Roscoe gonna come to you pretty soon. Uh, we gonna make Knuckles rap down there. He gonna throw some ad libs or something on the track. we gonna make we see we gonna make him throw the ad libs on the track for everybody. So
right,
you know, just want to send this track out. The track is on YouTube on the page. If you go to the page, you can see the track. This track, we got another track called Jessica with me and Darius, Twin B Davis. I have another track on there called Eminem's. That's another track. And we also got another track on there called Jessica, another track again with me and Darius, Twin B Davis. I'm going to play this track on now in closing. We appreciate you coming. Roscoe, appreciate you being in the guys.
Thank you,
Knuckles,
sir.
appreciate you being in the guys. Hey, we only need a few guys to get it done, but we welcome everyone, you know? And as much love. Thank you for spending y'all time with us. Come back again. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Hit the bell. Ring the bell. It'll let you know when we coming back on. We slow growing. These are baby steps. But come walk with us in these baby steps so you can keep up when we start sprinting. And on that note, it's been a great show. And I love everybody. Let me get ready to take y'all out of here. I do it for my cuddy. Make it squeeze me and hug me. So love, I've been hustling and thugging. Me love, cause these streets, they be bugging. They find nothing better than you. I do it for my cuddy. Make it squeeze me and hug me. So long, I've been hustling and thugging. Me love, cause these streets, they be bugging. They find nothing better than you. Hey there, cuddy. I'm looking for a bud. To late night rub me, hug me, come down to thuggin', walking the bucket, and me breaking the peace. Help me relieve the street beats, your problems I see. Yeah, ma, it's true, you got you a global beast, but you I hunt the streets, bring you back half the me, cause you always stay down for me. Protecting my north and south, I got your west and east. Mama always told me, if you love someone, set her free. If she don't leave, get down one leg, turn my eye to a weed. Make you my wifey, in you I plant the seed to continue my history. And you cutting the man in me, hear the start of my happy family. I promise to love you, ma, I put that on everything. I do it for my cuddy, baby, squeeze me and hug me. So love, I've been hustling and bugging. We love cause the streets, they be bugging. Can't find nothing better than you. I'll do it for my cuddy, baby, squeeze me and hug me. So long, I've been hustling and bugging. We love cause the streets, they be bugging. Can't find nothing better than you. Yeah. Hey, ma, how you doing? Fine, what's your name? Versatile man, I ain't coming the same. I know, ready to play me. Be mad for the rap, but I ain't with the cheap talk, cause I'm out for the dime. You look fine, man. You look like you gon' come out and smash. You got heaven on your shoulders, eyes like stars. You look kinda cool, warm and soft with yours. I know it's kinda wrong, but baby, what's your name? Just shit ask the woman after now, sure, late. So what do you say? Stay this for a dish. I know niggas all day been trying to hit it. I'd rather want to sit back, relax, and play with it. Late night babysitting, leave it up to you to get with it. Get with it. Keep it pure positive to the fact. You seeming unsure. Open book, blank page. write your likes and dislikes. I retain the right not to forget overnight. We all error but slight, but not enough for us to fight and get along. Always outrage wrongs. I'ma play it later on. You hear me later tonight. It's all work. The studio sometimes gets spacey, spicy, looking nice. And might I be frank? You know I'm thinking what you thinking when you thinking that I ain't. I do it for my cutty, baby squeeze me and hug me. So long I've been hustling and bugging. Need love cause these streets they be bugging. Can't find nothing better than you. I do it for my cutty, baby squeeze me and hug me. So long I've been hustling and bugging. Need love cause these streets they be bugging. Can't find nothing better than you.
Y'all with the sunrise, let me flip it over, slide back in it one time. Shit is 10:30, tell me, did you have a fun time? Swear by your girls that you came 21 times, but now you gotta get up and go. I don't fuck with hoes, so you know I give up no dough. I just show a little cutty love, a little Dougie love. What's next? Rough sex, call it little rugby love. You know you can get at me if you wanna. If I'm not in the booth wilding off that ganja, if I'm not parking lot pimping in the summer, I hit it raw from behind in the Chevy Tundra. Just chill with a nigga, take a sip of the Remy, either that or the Henny. They come and get with me, the man of the town, your pipe layer when your man's not around.
I do it for my cutty, baby squeeze me and hug me. So long I've been hustling and bugging. Need love cause these streets they be bugging. Can't find nothing better than you. I do it for my cutty, baby squeeze me and hug me. So long I've been hustling and bugging. Need love cause these streets they be bugging. Can't find nothing better than you. Thank you for listening. Once again, this is Silk and the Guys Pod Show and Variety Hour. Emphasis on variety. It's coming. We're going to get it. Don't even worry about it. That's next week. Next week is the rap show. Rap focused. We're going to have fun next week. I'm going to get a couple of the guests to rap. I might even do a little something, embarrass myself. I'm going to have fun doing it. Thank you again for your time. I appreciate you. Hit the like button. Subscribe. We out. Silk and the Guys.